have been. It was scary in some parts. It was, the characters in it. Some people claim that they don't like horror movies that don't dive deep into character development. But when you, in my opinion, if you already establish what's going on, you have a mom, you have the kids, you have the sister coming in.
Right.
You can tell, you could tell the mom, she's just got ran out on by the father.
Yeah.
You don't really need to go more deeper than that. I mean, everything else is just word salad. You got the sister coming in. You can tell she's pregnant, and you could tell that she's not really sure. She's like this rock chick, but at the same time, she doesn't really have a stable life.
Right.
And then you got the kids who all each have their individual personalities. They may or may not be affected by everything else that's going on. But you put them in an apartment building, which is very different from an Evil Dead film, because most of an Evil Dead film takes place out in a cabin in the woods and all kinds of shit like that. Now we're bringing it to an apartment building. And I've heard some people say, well, if it's in an apartment building, how come it's only so many people in this apartment building? Well, if you pay attention to the story, you will hear that the apartment building is being condemned. So most of the residents are out of that motherfucker, and only a few remain. See, it kind of pays off to pay attention to details like that. Because if you don't, you get on a podcast and you sound like an ass.
Ow! Hit my teeth.
So, before you go, well, how come this was in an apartment building and nobody was there? Well,
Lois, don't let them go play in the road.
Well, maybe you need to go out in the middle of the road and get ran over by a semi.
Yeah. Well, some people would say that it didn't make sense for a grinder to, what do you call that thing? Like you throw fucking trees into, to be at the bottom of the.
That's fine. Call it a grinder. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about. It's a tree grinder thing, people. You throw your branches and trees and spits it out.
Yeah, well, the building was going to be condemned and tore down, and some of this equipment was probably going to be used to, completely destroy like wood and shit. And kind of break down everything. I mean, look, I'm not a contractor. I'm not a construction worker, but if you tell me that this is the type of instrument that would be on one of those sites, I'm not going to doubt you.
Right.
Besides, who gives a shit? It was down there and it was used, and we all know what it was used for.
That one thing I've listened to in reviews and podcasts and stuff like that is, they talk about, the lack of, it's an apartment, but it's not that many people, which you just touched on.
Uh-huh.
But the thing that a lot of people forget in the lore is, like, in the first one, when he goes to leave and they can't leave.
Right.
So why the fuck would it be any different now? Like,
when
they try to, they do try to leave, but they can't. Why the fuck would they not cut them off from as many people as possible?
Well, it's pretty goddamn simple. In the first one, the second one, they go to try to leave, and the bridge that they go out on is now torn down.
Right.
They can't do it. The only way to get out of this apartment building is through the elevator. Guess what? The elevator's fucked. So if you look at the film, especially the whole franchise as a whole, you realize that the evil spirits, or the evil dead spirits, or whatever you want to call them,
cuts them off to a certain extent.
Yeah, they cut them off to a certain extent.
Which would be just that hallway.
Right. That's all you do. And I have heard some people say they didn't like how like when people got turned into the demons and stuff, how they didn't like how they looked. Okay, that's cool. I mean, I'm fine with it. I'll let you have that if that's the hill you want to die on. But to me, it didn't make a difference.
I never thought about it. Like when I was, I guess they didn't look like your typical Deadites. I mean,
well, the thing about it is, the main Deadite in the film was the mother,
right?
And she looked badass.
Yeah,
and that was the majority of what was going on.
But my thing is, to anybody that complains about the way they looked in this movie, I feel like they were on par with the remake, and I love the remake.
Yeah.
I know you're not the biggest fan of it, but I think the remake was amazing.
I do like the remake.
Yeah, but not as much as I do.
I guess. I don't know. I like this movie better than the remake.
See, I like the remake a little bit better.
You're fucking stupid.
I'm not stupid.
You're middle of the road at best.
You're mid.
You're midsection.
You're a fucking Mediterranean meat hole.
You're a Mediterranean.
You're a meat hole. You're a space pussy. You're nothing but a black hole in nothingness.
You're a minstrel meatball.
Swallow your soul.
Anyway, I want to give a special shout out to a television show that I started watching this year, that came out this year, that I liked, called School Spirits. I've talked about it before, and I'm eagerly waiting season 2. And please make a season 2. Please.
Please, goddamn it.
Please, goddamn it. I'd like it. Don't leave me hanging. You know how Last of Us kind of left us on a cliffhanger? That's kind of how School Spirits did. So if they do not come back with a season 2, it's going to be one of those, like, disheartening type of deals for the people that like it.
Right. My shout out is not a show, it's a movie. Oh, I mean, I don't know. Actually, I got 2 shout outs now. I'll stick with you with the show. Last of Us. My favorite fucking horror / zombie show ever. Fuck The Walking Dead. I would if you want to go tit for tat in Walking Dead's first season and this one. The Last of Us is the best solid horror season for me personally, because I played the video games and I fucking loved it. Everybody's fucking performance in it, I felt it. I was so in tune with this show. My girlfriend watched it, and she's never played the video games, and she was fucking right there with it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Now, my honorable mention movie-wise has got to be fucking Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll switch mine up and have an honorable mention movie, and I will go exactly with you, and I will say Cocaine Bear, no question about it.
Yeah, it might make when we do the overall top 10 for the year, I'm pretty sure Cocaine will be in it.
Oh, yeah. And to be honest with you, when we were putting these lists together and you said, I feel like I forgot one, and I was pretty confident in my list, and then I was like, God damn it, you said Cocaine Bear just now.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, God damn.
I know.
That almost could take the place of Knock at the Cabin. I mean, I'd have to.
Yeah.
But, I got my list. Cocaine Bear sitting at a solid 6 right now, so.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about this midway through. That's what I was writing down. I was like, fuck, it's Cocaine Bear that I can't remember. But I'm going to stick with my list, too. I'm not going to change it up right now because I know later on I can fucking add Cocaine Bear to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you haven't seen Cocaine Bear, holy shit, what a great horror, comedy, suspense, thriller, action
Yeah, it's just overall,
surprisingly good time movie.
Just, I mean, if you can't put it in a category, just call it one of the best crazy movies you'll ever see. So
yeah, I want to do our disappointment one last because that's the one I can talk about a little bit more.
Okay.
The fail of the year so far. Do you want to go ahead?
You can go ahead because I think
I've
mine
got
would be...
two. I've got two. They both suck so fucking hard.
Well, goddamn it, just pick one
Fine.
because I have a goddamn one. And why do you got to steal my thunder, Ripper, fucker? You know what? Fuck you. I'll go.
Okay. Fuck you.
I'll go because I got a feeling I haven't seen yours.
You haven't.
So I'll go with mine. My disappointment. Well, not disappointment.
Fail.
Our fail movie. The movie that sucked ass is Fear.
Yes.
Fear actually went to the theaters. We actually spent money on this. And my God, was it a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, my God. Like, if I was the distributor of this film, I wouldn't even try to put it out for one weekend.
No.
Like, this should... Like, I don't know, man. This movie felt like a late 90s, early 2000s really bad fucking sequel to Fear.com or some shit.
Yeah, it was just really bad. Just not good.
The actors in it was really horrible.
Oh yeah, the main white guy actor.
Everybody in it was fucking horrible. I don't know. They
The
probably
ending
did
sucked.
Yeah. Everything sucked. I mean, it didn't know what it wanted to be. Was it a ghost movie?
A demon movie?
A demon? A poltergeist?
Was it a haunted
psychological fucking thing?
It was fucking everywhere.
It was everywhere. It was like watching a white zombie music video on acid.
I'd prefer that.
Yeah, me too.
That's on my list, and Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Yeah, that was the one that I figured you'd put, and I haven't seen. So,
but Fear, I have fear in Pooh because, my thing that pisses me off with Pooh is it had the potential to be cheesy good.
mm-hmm.
It had the fucking backing, it had the money, it had the concepts there, they didn't even try the CGI. They didn't do shitty CGI. They even went out with the costumes on this shit.
You know what's funny?
Fucking failed.
You know what's funny? I don't take Rotten Tomatoes percentage to heart because I think they're a bunch of fuckheads, but I do think it's funny that movie only has 11%.
Rightfully so. It's not the worst horror movie, but to me it's the most it's not the most disappointing. It's the biggest fail because it had every chance to be like that, Willy's
Wonderland,
Willy's Wonderland type cheesy, Banana Splits.
It
could have been that. They could have went that route, but cheesy and then serious, creepy when it needed to be. And it tried to go for the serious, creepy, and it wasn't good.
Well, there you go.
I think your disappointment and my disappointment might be the same, too.
Well, I hope so, because mine was Scream
7.
6.
6.
Is it 6?
It's 6.
Okay.
Is it? Okay, Scream 5 was Scream.
I guess Scream 6.
6.
7.
6.
7.
Sean Walkman.
Okay.
X-Pac.
All right, Scream 4.
Make some noise!
All right, Scream 4 had Neve Campbell in it. Scream, just called Scream, had Neve Campbell in it.
Yes.